Hello, and welcome, my friends, to the next video in the Create Better Content series where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you can stay consistent with your marketing and reach more customers. My name is Penny, and I'm going to guide you through this content development process because it's not just about understanding engaging content or what's going to get people to click more. It's about understanding how you're going to actually reach those customers that you're trying to connect with and find them and get them to take action. So if you want to learn more about how all of this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I would love it if you would hit that button below and subscribe to this channel. And below in the description box, I like to always tell you that there are several links. One of the links is for the Content Prompt Playbook. This is a free download, and for those of you who are already using ChatGPT and you are just struggling with generic copy and it sounds like everybody else's business, this is a free download to give you some really great prompts and questions to help you actually connect your expertise to what your customers are needing to help you create some better marketing. Another link that you're going to see is that you can join us in the Marketing Strategy Collective program. You hear me talk about this all the time. This is my group program from Patreon, but we get together every single month on Zoom. You'll get a strategic workbook every single month because we're focusing on new skills that we're learning so that you can keep the momentum going with your business and you can keep growing. All right, so you see the links below. You know what to do to learn more. All right, so today's video, let's jump into this today because I want to keep talking about content and small business owners. And I want to go through this whole process and we're going to pull ChatGPT, AI tools, whichever you're using, into this. But I want to talk about this stuff with content because I know for a fact that what's coming out with your ChatGPT, AI tool, whatever it is that you're using, responses, you don't have enough ideas. You have plenty. You just need this. You just need to do this. And it's true. It's not you're not struggling with this because you don't have enough ideas. It's because you're probably not seeing what's already happening in your business with the ideas that you already have. So you're utilizing these AI tools to keep looking for content outside. Give me an idea for this. Give me an answer for this, while you're completely overlooking what I would consider hidden gold inside what you've already experienced, what you're already observing, the conversations that you're having, the frustrations, your perspective. And honestly, AI can make this problem both better and worse for you. Because here's the thing, especially when it comes to AI and this particular problem of wanting to look for content. Give me 3 ideas about my LinkedIn post so that I can reach these types of customers. And that's great. And it's going to brainstorm some really good ideas. And it could be like, I didn't think about that. And that's where it can be better. But on the other hand, you now have access to this unlimited content generation. And a lot more of these businesses that are utilizing these AI tools are becoming you're replacing, the AI tool is replacing you and your thoughts and your experience and your expertise. It's disconnecting you from your thinking. Because while you're saying to AI, give me content ideas, what should I post, write something engaging, the best content that you actually have is inside of you already. It's inside of what's happening with you and how you're showing up and where you're showing up and the things that your customers are saying, opinions that they're talking about that maybe seem too obvious to you, patterns that you're noticing that when people do this, this is what they actually end up doing. frustrations that you're seeing that they keep repeating. Think about all the stories and the conversations and the client communication that you've had that AI doesn't know about. So what I want to do today is I want to show you how to uncover this idea of like a hidden gold mine of ideas that you already have that's actually connected to your business. Because you don't need more random content ideas. You need to see the value of the insights and the information and the experiences and the observation and perspective and everything else that you have that you are most likely are pushing to the side because you're saying, AI, write me this post. AI, come up with new things. And AI can actually help you do this if you do it the right way. So let's start here, because I think that what's happening is that most business owners are just assuming that this valuable content has to sound, educational and perfectly organized and deeply intellectual and wildly creative, and I need beautiful graphics and all of this stuff. But here's the problem. That's not what drives people. What drives people is when the emotion happens, when they resonate with your content, when something is said or read or they hear in a video that connects with them. That's what they're looking for. And the things that you feel are just obvious, oh, everybody knows this stuff, is just what you've been because you've been living with this for so long, and this is how you do your business, and this is how you function. I think sometimes that your expertise may make you blind to your own insights. And this happens all the time because we are so close to these things. You say something casually on a Zoom call and your client goes, oh my gosh, I never thought about it like that. And meanwhile, you like barely noticed that you even said it because to you, it felt normal. And that's exactly why business owners are missing their best content and trying to push AI to generate this random stuff. Because what's familiar to you doesn't feel valuable to you, doesn't feel insightful to you, could be invisible in your whole arena of looking at things, and that's why you're looking outside of yourself for your stuff. And this right here, this is one of the biggest creativity things that are killing creativity online, because I think that's what's happening here when we put it all together. Business owners are constantly filtering themselves by thinking, well, everybody knows this already. This stuff is just too simple. And then, or, nobody cares about this stuff. That's just not, exciting. That's not wildly creative for me to post. Meanwhile, everybody who's in your community and is following you and is, connected to you is struggling with the very thing that you think is just, oh, everybody knows this already. But you have to remember this. Your community, the people that you're connected to, they're not living inside your brain. They don't have your experience. They don't know the patterns that you have recognized over the years. They don't know your years of trial and error to get you to where you are right now. Because you've repeated something internally for years, you assume that maybe it just doesn't have any value for anybody anymore. And that's just not true. That's just you being overfamiliar with something. And honestly, some of our best content that we can share, the ones that do get people to take action, is the stuff that's not complicated. It's the stuff where they see themselves in it and it is recognizable to them. And this is one of the biggest mindset shifts that I want you to start making. Your content is not about trends or what's exciting and popular and everybody else is talking about that. Now, this stuff, when your content really gets somebody to take action, it generally starts because the content itself resonated with somebody because they themselves are in that place where they are struggling with whatever it is that your business or product helps them with. And when your content starts with like observations, because your observations reveal how you think, what you notice, what frustrates you, what patterns you see, what beliefs you hold about how you can fix this, what assumptions that you challenge. That is the part that makes content interesting. It's not just a bunch of information that you're sharing, it's your perspective, it's your experience. And you are sitting on years and years of this that people don't know about. And that's why two people can teach the same exact topic, and one sounds generic and one sounds memorable. Because the memorable person isn't necessarily a smarter person, but what's happening is the memorable person isn't using generic AI tools. They're creating some sort of connection with their observation, with their expertise, with their experience. And so this is where we can see the difference between the two. So let me bring this in. Now, if you can clearly see what I'm talking about now with regards to you actually have more content ideas than you think you do, and starting from this place. So if we start from this place of coming from our own observations, perspective, experience, and expertise, now this part is where AI can become incredibly powerful. Now remember, it's not a replacement of you, but when we use it as an extraction tool, that's when we get to see more information than we ourselves, who are very close to this, may not be seeing. Because sometimes when you're so close to your expertise, and like I said, you don't think it's valuable anymore, but AI can reflect some of your thinking back to you. You know, you could say something like, based on the description of my work and experience, what insights or perspectives am I undervaluing that could turn this into a powerful Instagram post? That was real specific. And what that did there, it was such a different use of AI. I didn't say, give me 5 posts on Instagram. What I asked it to do was to identify the value in my experience. And that changes the output that you're getting. And that changes now because AI starts thinking about recurring themes, your observations, the patterns that you're witnessing, all of these subtle things that are differentiating, it pulls it in. And then suddenly you're like, I really do have some interesting things to say. And so I want to start from this observation or this part of my expertise. And I think that that's where we're getting ourselves caught up in this. Because your strongest content is not by you saying to AI, give me 5 Instagram post ideas. It's hidden. It's in your beliefs, in your activities, what you're doing, in the way that you're interacting already with your community. And those beliefs shape how you work differently. I mean, if you think about it like that, think about the way that your business is different from the other people who are selling the type of products or services that you are. I mean, do you think that things are different? Do you agree or disagree with the way things are working in your industry? Is there specific advice that you hear all the time that frustrates you because you know from your years of experience that this isn't true, but everybody keeps talking about it? So these are the kind of things that I'm talking about. This is what I'm referring to as content gold mines. Because all of these things that just feel normal to you, you overlook them. But this is where AI can help you uncover this information. You can prompt things like, what beliefs shape the way that I approach my work? Or what opinions or perspectives make this approach different from what everybody in the industry is doing right now with their advice? See, what you're doing right now is you're uncovering more of a positioning, more of a strategic, intentional purpose of that content. It's not just give me 5 content ideas. It's more than that. So when we think about it like that, it's kind of wrapping itself up into this whole idea of more than just anything, just understanding, what's the word I'm looking for? Appreciating the experience and who we are and what we bring to the table with our businesses. Because sometimes this hidden gold is actually something that might go against the big conversation online, and that's your perspective. And if you think that strategy matters more than creativity, then by all means talk about it, because your perspectives matter too. And what AI can do for you is help you identify this. You can ask stuff like, what are potentially beliefs that are showing up in how I market my business? That's a powerful question, because what you're uncovering is what's different. What's different about me and the way that my business is run and the way that I am sharing my products or services out in the world. And so I think about it from that place, because there's so much more that AI can be doing for us rather than write me 5 random posts. I mean, the thoughts that you are repeating, the things that you think about on a daily basis or weekly basis that with regards to your business are signals. The things you keep saying, the same thing over and over again to clients, these things matter. But because you've repeated it so many times, you stop recognizing its value. And so I always tell people to pay attention to things like, what is it that you are ranting about? What do you find yourself explaining repeatedly? What do you have a natural way of simplifying for people that they understand it? What's something that your clients always misunderstand? And what stories do you keep returning back to? See, that repetition, I can't say the word. That repetition is revealing. It reveals the core of your business. And AI can help you organize these answers, these patterns. You ask it for, here are several rants, stories, client conversations that I repeat often. What themes or messaging patterns do you notice? Now AI becomes a pattern recognition tool. It's not just write me 5 posts. And so I honestly think that there's a lot of business owners out there who are drowning in content ideas already. But the real problem is you're just not trusting your own perspective enough to dig deeper into these ideas. Because these ideas, these existing insights, this is what connects your marketing to your business. Instead, you're just chasing more prompts, trends, templates, content hacks, all that kind of stuff. And I see it out there. I see you. And I'm bringing this up because that's why I see it. But AI can help you deepen these ideas. Instead of just asking for random stuff, look to what you're already doing, the conversations you're already having, and use AI to help you look at what's underneath this, why this matters, what's this emotional layer to get somebody to take action, what assumptions are you going to challenge, what patterns do you notice. This is when meaningful content starts to come together. So if you're listening to me today, you made it all the way through to the end, if you take one thing from this episode, let it be this: you are probably overlooking the most valuable parts of your business because you feel they're just normal to you. And everybody should know this stuff. But see, what's normal and everybody should know this stuff to you does not mean that it is unimportant to your customers. In fact, your lived experiences is often the thing that people trust the most. Not because it's like some flashy story, but because it's real. And when you combine your perspective, your observations, your stories, and AI, and you put this in the right way, you stop trying to just manufacture content and start uncovering that valuable content that you already had. So before you go searching for another list of give me 50 content ideas, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what am I overlooking because it feels too familiar? Because your next breakthrough, your next huge piece of content might not come from a trend. It could come from a thought or a conversation that you might have been casually just dismissing for years. And that's the real opportunity. And that's the real way that you're going to use AI to help you write better content. It's not going to be replacing your expertise. What you're going to use it for is to help you recognize the value of what's already inside of you and your business. And that, my friend, that is how you're going to grow your community and start to reach more customers. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode gave you some ideas to start learning some new skills for your marketing, I would love it if you would hit that like button. And then do me a favor, hit the share button. And I want you to share this with another business owner, especially one that has been struggling using ChatGPT and all the AI tools. I think that this conversation, we'd like to continue on and share this with as many business owners as we can. And if you really want to take this further, I would love for you to join us inside the Marketing Strategy Collective. We take all of these ideas and I'm going to show you how to turn them into a marketing plan that drives sales. So you want to make sure that your marketing is working for you. Come join us inside the Marketing Strategy Collective. Marketing strategy, monthly workbooks, a monthly group meeting to support your business one step at a time. Stop working in a solo bubble, my friend, and join us in the Marketing Strategy Collective. The links are below. You know what to do to learn more because you are magnificent, my friend. And let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.